guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So in today's video we're going to be doing what I got for Christmas. So I'm not boasting in any way or anything, but I always get asked like what people get me, and we're going to turn this off for the second because I don't need this going off so often. A lot of these things are actually bought by myself. So I know my family never really know me, and they never really get me the things that I either ask for, or they just physically don't know me. Anyways, so I wrote down everything people got me. We're gonna go through what I bought with the money that I got gifted for Christmas off family, and then I'm gonna be showing you what I bought with the money that I put aside. So my mom and my stepdad, they always give me money. It's just easier, so she knows that. Obviously, I always buy a lot of crafting supplies, and sometimes she'll ask me like if there's any specifics that I'm after, but the majority of the time she does just get me like money and stuff in a card. My aunt used to be the person that I used to love and get excited to get gifts from, but for the last like 3, maybe 4 years since she moved too far away, we don't really see each other. We see each other like once a year for maybe like 45 minutes, so we don't really speak, and that basically means that she no longer knows me as much. So yeah, at one point she used to get me a lot of gifts that I used to love, and now for the last 3 years she's gotten me gifts that I didn't necessarily need or want. So for 2 years in a row she actually got me the same gift twice, and it was a pair of scissors. And again, I'm not going to use them because they're the weird patterned scissors, and I'm like, I don't need that. So now I have 2 of those, so they're being sold on eBay. I already told my aunt about that, and she's like, it's fine. And then it's not, obviously it's last year now, but basically for 2025 for Christmas she asked me about what kind of clothing I like, and I told her specifically not to because, one, I'm very picky when it comes to what type of materials I like to wear, because I don't know if I'm allergic to certain materials. 2, I'm very picky about neck types because, well, for the last like 5-6 years I've had issues with my chest, and I've noticed that if I cover my chest, more issues tend to happen. So yeah, I'm very picky when it comes to clothes, and she's like, okay, yeah, no, I understand. She's like, I'll do something else then. And then Christmas came, and she didn't even wrap my gift. She just put it in a gift bag, and she even left the price tag on. She got me a hoodie, and again, I think what she's done is actually she's bought that hoodie for either herself or for her daughter, and neither of them actually liked it once they got it in person, and she's just like, well, I'll re-gift it. So unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might have to get her to see if she still has the receipt, and if she does, I can take it back and exchange it for something that I might wear, or I'm just gonna have to sell it because I don't want to waste my time or my closet. So unfortunately, yeah, again, my grandparents give me money every year as well because, again, we don't see each other as much as we should. I always get asked, like, because of the way I am with people on my Instagram, like, I'm always checking up on people, making sure they're all okay, and like, I don't understand how you're not so close with your family. And the main reason for it is my family and I drifted when I turned 18, and the reason for that being is basically when I was younger, something happened that at the time I didn't know was wrong, and illegal. But basically, I'm not going to go into details about it because, there's no point. But basically, I was being groomed by people in my family and abused. And until I was 13, I didn't know what was happening was wrong. And, my first sex education lesson at high school was the way I found out. And I kept it secret. I didn't want to, tell anybody. One, I was embarrassed by it. 2, I was ashamed and angry. And then also I didn't want it to break my family apart. So I kept it secret until I was 18. But when I was 18, I was getting bullied every day at school and college. And at one point, I actually started thinking with suicidal thoughts and stuff. and that's what led into me finally coming clean to everybody about what had happened. And half of my family believed it, the other half didn't, and it just sort of split it. So it's the whole reason. So anyways, yeah, so my grandparents give me money, and I probably go down like maybe once or twice a year to see them. Again, there's just no point in me pretending. So my uncle and my aunt always do this, even though they know I don't have Amazon. I refuse to get Amazon because basically I think whatever you can get on Amazon, you can get on eBay, probably the same price and free shipping. And people are like, oh yeah, but if you have Amazon Prime, it's free shipping. It's not free shipping. You've paid for that subscription, so you're still paying. And that's what confuses me with people. So, anyways, yeah. So, yeah, they gave me an Amazon voucher. So what I did is I gave my dad the Amazon voucher, and he just gave me the cash instead, so I can go out and buy whatever I wanted. And then they also got me a box of Thorntons. Now, they didn't actually know this at the time, but beginning of December, I got diagnosed with being pre-diabetic. So I'm not officially diabetic, but I'm close on the borderline of becoming it if I don't change my eating habits and stuff like that. And I also have high cholesterol. So since December the 5th, I have been eating healthier. I say healthier, I'm still not eating like more fruit and veg. I'm still eating like normal, but I'm taking into consideration the salt content, the sugar content, the saturated fats. So I try and keep it under the minimum. So yeah, and I've done doing a lot more walking. I apologize. So speaking of walking, what my dad got me this year was a walking treadmill. So I've always wanted to have a foldable treadmill under my desk, so that way when I'm doing card making, I can still be active rather than just being sat down. I think that's where I'm going wrong. But this one doesn't fold. It actually is still just a full-sized walking pad, but he got it off Amazon on Black Friday, and I think it was like £30 or something. And he got it for both of us, so it's not actually in my craft room, it's at my house. And basically, I'm supposed to use it when it's raining outside and I still want to get my walks in, but I think I used it twice, and it just has like a weird vibration like when you get off it. It's just really weird. My dad's supposed to use it, but he doesn't, so I can see us actually getting rid of that and, selling it on Facebook Market, but yeah. And then the last thing he got me is honey. So he got me 3 liters of honey. And the reason for that is because I drink honey. So this is the honey he got me. So he got me 3 liters of honey. And I've just been transferring it into a bottle so I can have it. And basically that's what I put in my tea. So I have a new cup as well. But yeah, I have honey in my tea. I just seem to find that helps me with my throat, and it's protecting me from becoming ill or anything like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much what everybody got me. And then obviously, because I know that my family don't really know me that well, I know that if I put money aside every month, that I will be able to buy some stuff that I actually want. And that's what I did. So I put £360 aside for until December, so I can go out and buy all the things that I actually wanted. So I'm gonna take you guys through what I bought, and I will try and leave the prices on screen somewhere for you guys. So the first thing I bought was a new mouse. So I got this one off of eBay. So the last one I had also came off of eBay, but it doesn't have any, like, it, when I do that, you can't really hear it. Whereas my old one, you can hear it. And I kind of like the idea of it being silent. Plus it matches my keyboard. The only thing I wish I could get in black be this thing. So this plugs into my iPad, obviously, and then whatnot. But this actually lights up as well. So if I can undo that. So you plug this in. Wrong way. Okay, you went there. You were the right way. There we go. So let's see if I plug it into my phone. So there we go. It comes up on my phone. And you can see it's lighting up. And it has different color modes. So you can turn the color mode off if you want. And you can just have it on. So this will still work, as you can see. But yeah, so I got that off of eBay. I will leave it linked in my description for you guys if you want to buy it, because I bought it and it was actually really cheap considering. So yeah, and I'm just gonna keep putting that back in there so I know where that is. So I got that. That was the first thing that I bought. Then I went to Facebook Market and I bought a new chair. So I'll show you guys that later. I was gonna film me putting the chair together, but I got so stressed out yesterday doing it, and that's another reason why the bandage is on my hand. Basically, my hand's very weak since I fell, and I didn't break it, but I was close to a break, and they said that my bones are going to be a bit weaker, so putting too much pressure and strain on them isn't a good idea. And obviously me putting a chair together yesterday required some brute force, and yeah, so my hand started hurting, so just put the bandage on to keep it from getting any worse. Then I made my dad take me to Cleveland's, which is a seaside town. He always keeps boasting about how we didn't go anywhere last year. So I made him take me to Cleveland's. And I also made him take me to Preston. So first thing I did, I'm actually going to show you what I got with the money off my mom. So I have this big bag next to me. So the first two things I got off Hobbycraft were these. Apologize, guys. So yeah, first thing I picked up was these. These are the craft paper rolls. I got 8 meters of the craft, and then I got the craft whites. I thought these would be good for wrapping paper. I can like stamp on top of these and make it my own design. But I also think the craft brown paper is going to be good for when I want to use like a lighter brown, because I really don't have any light brown cardstock in this kind of shade. So I thought, again, we could use that. So it's a multi-purpose thing. So I got those. Let's see if they'll stand up. I have a feeling they'll fall later. Oh, speaking of what my aunt got me, she made these. So it's a quilling thing. So that's what she does. She's a paper crafter, but she's more into like the origami and quilling, where I am the card maker and YouTuber, and my mom is actually more into knitting and embroidery. So we all have our own crafty, you know, things. But yeah, my aunt made me this beautiful thing. So I actually hung that on my tree at the end of the year before I took it down. So yeah, so she gave me that. So that'll be put aside for next year. Okay, so here we go. We have our what I ordered stuff. So yeah. So we also got, oh, there you go. So I also got a diamond art thing, and it's just a seaside. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. I might gift this to somebody for Christmas, like my aunt or my cousin. But yeah, I've done one previously, which I really loved. Then I picked up, you guys probably know this by now, my foam adhesives, and I always forget which size it is that I really need more of. So these are your standard size. It's a 5x5x3. I'm presuming the 3 is the dimension, to be honest. And then I went up a size and I got 2 packets of the 7x7x3. And then this is the one that I need to remember. It is the 25x12x2. So the bigger ones, you get less in them. As you can see, you only get 40 in, whereas with the 7, you get 196. And then with the 5x5, you get 440. But these were, I believe, £1 or £2 each. Yeah, £2. It was £2 for the 25 by 12, and then the other ones were £1. So yeah, I always try and stock up on those while I'm there. And then also picked up some glue dots. I believe these were £2, or were they £1? I can't remember off the top of my head. Glue dots. So these ones were £1. It's the bigger ones that were £2. So I have like pom-poms that I can never get to stick. So these are the smaller glue dots, as you can see. So these are going to come in handy for things like that. So I picked that up. And then also picked up, if I can grab it, some twine. This came from George Home. It was just in their sale. Because I thought these would be good for like retro cards or masculine cards. And then picked up this. Now this confused me. It says paint your own mug. I'm not gonna paint it, but my idea was just to have it as like a decorational piece, or maybe like a cup. But it's supposed to be a cup, and I just don't understand the logic. So let me open this. So here it is. It's just got like a little reindeer face on it. You can paint it. It has a lining. You can see it's shiny inside. But it says not to put in anything hot. It says, retain packaging for future reference. Fragile. This product is made from I don't know what that says. I can't read it. But it says, please do not put any hot food or drink into it. It's for decorational purposes only. I don't understand the logic. Why would you have a decorational cup? So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might put in some like baubles or something, or I might again gift this to somebody in my family that is into crafting. But that was, I believe, £1. It should have been £5. So, you know, for that price I can't really complain too much. I then picked up some vellum sheets. Now I really wish I bought more of these. These were not down to £1. And it just has like Christmas trees on. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Oh, there you go. So it has Christmas trees on. We get, I don't know if it tells me, 50 centimeters of this. But yeah, I just thought it was super cute. So I could use this for wrapping. I'm obviously going to use it on my cards for futures. And then this one is white, or at least I thought it was. I thought it was white embossed, but it turns out it's actually gold embossed. If I can get my camera to pick that up. There we go. Can you see? So it just says Merry Christmas on it all the way across, and I tried to go back and buy more of them because according to this, it actually is supposed to have 11 in stock, but they went out of stock very quickly when I checked. So picked those up, and then the main reason I picked some stuff up was because I saw some really good deals. So I got this to go with my craft paper. I'm going to stamp it on top to make it my own decorational paper, and it says do not open until December 25th. So this was, I believe, £1. Yeah. So they had 5 of these left in stock at that time. I don't know if they still have. So the main reason I went was to buy the Cosmic Shimmer embossing powders. So this is where I got my first ever embossing powder, and I love them. I recently just bought a refill of a bigger tub of it, but I saw these were on offer, and I thought, you know what, let's buy them. So these cost me, so the Festive Sparkle, which is this one, it has Ruby Slippers, Frosted Green, and Vivid Violet. These were £5. No, wait. They were £1 for these. So again, very cheap for embossing powders. And then the pastels were also £1. So you get pastel pink, pastel violet, and pastel blue. I just thought these would be like really good summer colors to have. And again, for that price, I can't complain. I then picked up some cardstock. Come on, give me. I knew that was going to happen. And then, so I picked up some cardstock. I didn't read it right. That's my downfall. I wanted some gold cardstock, and I thought this said 40 sheets, 20 of each of gold and silver, but it's not. It's 4 sheets. You get 2 gold, 2 silver. So that's on me, but I do like the color of the gold because it's not like too orangey. Whereas I've had one which I've got offline previously and it's way too like gold toned. So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out and see if HOBBYCRAFT do a bigger version of that, but I can't even remember what I paid for that. Let's see what I paid. I paid £1 for that, so it's cost me 50 pence per sheet, which is quite expensive for cardstock, but that's fine. And then I also picked up some metallic cardstock. This kind of reminded me of my first childhood crafting kit that you used to have, where you get like the metallic shimmers, and then obviously we got another silver, and then we got a royal blue. But the red and the green just really reminded me of primary school crafting days. So I couldn't resist, I had to buy it. I then picked up some Berry Punch cardstock, so you get 4 different shades of red cardstock. I know a lot of people are like, oh, go and buy like Altenew or, you know, all that sort of stuff. But Altenew's cardstock, you get 20 sheets and it's like £8. Like, that's quite expensive for cardstock. You know, if it's not something you want to fully invest in, again, it's still quite expensive. So these cost me £7, but I get 40 sheets. So it's definitely worth looking around. It's 180 GSM, so that's totally thick enough. And yeah, like I said, you get 4 different shades of red in there. And then I also got the evening blues as well. So again, we've got like a really dark navy, a midnight blue, a cornflower blue, and then like just a weird colored blue. But again, they were £7. I really wanted the natural tones that they had, which is like all the browns and greys. But they didn't have it in stock, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that. And then got some glitter, but the glitter that I wanted apparently they didn't have in stock, so they ended up gifting me a different one, but a bigger tub. So the glitter I wanted was 20 grams, and this one is 40 grams, so I think it's exactly the same. I just think it's a bigger tub, but it's just a white craft glitter. Let's zoom in so it doesn't. Can we zoom? Can we focus camera? There we go. So it's just a white glitter. Why is my camera not focusing much these days? So yeah, we just got some glitter. So yeah, I had to buy some form of glitter. And then the last thing I picked up was 5 of these. So I thought these would really be cute for like Christmas decorations. So 2 of these are going to go in my mom's window, 2 of them are going to go in my window, and 1 of them is going to go up on my desk. I mean, these don't have to be just for Christmas, but you could totally have them just for Christmas. But they light up, and it's just a gingerbread house. And I thought they were super cute. So originally these should have been £4. I think they were reduced to £1 a piece. Yeah, so they were £1 each, and it's just really great for the whole price of it. So like I said, they're going to be used as decorations. You can actually have them hanging. So yeah, I think if you could get vellum inside the windows, it would look way better, but I don't know if you can take these apart without it being damaged. So yeah, so I picked the last 5 of those up, and that is it for what I got from HOBBYCRAFT, I think. Yeah, so the only thing that they didn't have in, which I ordered, was a ribbon, and then some Christmas clay sprinkles. So that was pretty much it. So that's everything that I got from there. And then we're going to go on to what I bought. Pop that in there. What I got from Cleveland's. So when we went to Cleveland's, we went to Poundland and all of that. I didn't pick much up, to be totally honest. So we went to B&M. I just picked up some microfiber cleaning cloths. These were 99 pence. I bought these ones from Morrison's, and they're just the giant dusters, and I don't like the look of them, so so I think they're going to be used to clean my window, and these are going to be used for my desk. So yeah, for 99 pence, I thought that was great value for money. I then also picked up a gift for my stepdad. So it's his birthday on the 13th of January, so I got him one of his books that he wanted. But he was after love hearts, and it's very hard to find like love hearts unless they're in big tubs. So I managed to find love hearts in in B&M. So I picked those up. And then the last things I picked up from B&M were some baked prawn cocktails. So I'm not allowed to have my usual crisps that I used to eat, which is like Walkers and French fries and McCoys and stuff, but I can have the baked crisps as long as the saturated fats is very low. So as you can see in this one, it's 0.3 grams of saturated fat, so it's super better for me, but I could never find these in my local stores, so Cleveland's had them in, I had to pick them up. And then the last thing you got was actually this, and it's a tea bag holder. I'm not going to use it as a tea bag holder. I'm going to use this to put my spoons on, so every time I make a cup of tea, I can just take my spoon out and put it on here instead of putting it on my desk and having to keep wiping my desk down. You could probably also use this as a coaster, come to think of it. Like, there you go. So, yeah, who knows, I might buy another one of those, because it was only £1. But it says squeeze the day, and it's in a little teapot shape, so I thought that was super cute, so I picked that up. And then I did order from Crafty Purple Frog, and yeah, I had to order some of the new release from Sweet November. So I got the Joy stamp, and it's just a little girl holding a present, and I just thought it was super cute. So you could actually use this all year round. You don't have to have it just for Christmas, because all you have to do is like stamp it and then like have her feet off the floor, so it looks like you can't see her feet. It's hard to explain, but you'll probably get it. And then it could just be a birthday card, We then got a hug in a mug. I don't know why I keep buying all of the new stuff. I love anything like coffee or hot chocolate type things, so I couldn't resist. So these are a coordinating one for the mouse tea or sips of tea, I can't remember, but we just have some little mices. And again, I thought that would be great for all year round, realistically, especially this one down here. But yeah, just got that one. These two coordinate together, so it's the front porch background stamp. So she released this for the, I think it was the Halloween autumn one, and there's also a Halloween add-on, so it has like Halloween decorations and stuff. But I thought this would be really great for like, just putting like little things in the front, and I think this could be like a perfect stamp just to have as like a new home, or you just got your new home. So I had to buy that. And like I said, they have a Halloween add-on, but they also have a Christmas add-on, and this one is the front porch Christmas decor. So you get a string of lights, a little snowman, I don't even know what you'd call that, a little reindeer, and a big reindeer. We got a mailbox, a Christmas tree, a candy cane, the wreath, some bells, and then Be Merry decor sign, and a candy cane. I thought they were super cute, so we bought those. I also got the holiday travel, and again, some of these you don't necessarily have to use for Christmas. Like, okay, this one has a Christmas tree in, so if you can mask that out, you'll be fine. Same with the candy cane, but like this one here and that one, they just look like they're traveling to give gifts. So you could use that again for birthdays or an anniversary or a wedding present. It's so fun. So that's the holiday travels. And then the last one I got was snow days. And obviously we just have some little kids building a snowman, a little dog, snowball fights, a guy shoveling the snow off the floor, one trying to catch a snowflake, one playing in the snowflakes, and then one that is just standing. So again, very good release. If you've never tried Sweet November, then I highly recommend checking them out. And then the last thing I got was I bought some things off of TEMU. So the first thing I got from TEMU was some roses. So I want to decorate my craft room, because after you take all your decorations down in January, I just find it's so plain, so dull, so boring. So these are gonna go either in my gold vase over there or in the white one by cutting them down. I haven't decided. But yeah, I got some roses, and they weren't actually that expensive, which is great as well. So that's another reason why I bought them now, because I think if I leave it until the end of January, it's going to cost me more, because obviously everybody's going to be buying roses for Valentine's Day. So I bought those. I also picked up some bits and pieces. So let's take these out. Everything out. Okay, so first thing I got was this. It's actually for your hair. It's hard to describe, but I've already worn it, and it super works if you have short hair. I wouldn't recommend this for long hair because it does get tangled quite easily. So, but yeah, so I have that thing. I also, like I said, HOBBYCRAFT didn't have my ribbon that I wanted, so I ended up going on TEMU and finding something similar, and it just has some Christmas trees. So I bought that. I then also got some of these things. Now my cables for my desk keep falling, and I keep having to look for them. So these just snap on, and like if I can grab this one, like you can see, you just pop that in there, close it, it stops it from moving, and then they do give you some foam sticky pads that you can put, and you can attach it to your desk or wherever you want to put it. And I think that's just going to help me from losing all of my products all the time. I think I paid less than 60 pence for those as well, so like definitely worth it. I then picked up 2 rolls of foam tape because it's just so expensive to buy the Scotch one all the time. I then bought some cardstock. This isn't cardstock, by the way. It's supposed to be, but it isn't. I actually got my money back for this. It basically kind of feels like, it's like synthetic fabric, but like with more of a thin papery texture to it. It's hard to explain. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to keep it or not. I'm thinking of giving it my aunt for origami, but yeah, it did cost me anything, so it's fine. I then picked up a sign, so you guys will know that I love my signs at Christmas and autumn. I have one that's always up here. It's either Noel or Merry Christmas. And then I also have one in autumn which says Hello Autumn. I was kind of looking for one that says Hello Spring, but I couldn't find one. So I saw this one on TEMU, and I just thought it was super cute to have. It does look more 3D on the website though, that's the only thing. So I sent them a message saying, you know, it doesn't look anything like the picture, but it's fine. I just think you need to change your listings. And yeah, there we go. And again, I don't like how that looks. It does look like it's leaning forward too much, so maybe if I turn it around, will that change it? I don't think it's going to change it, but... And it also does help if I can get it in. Give me a second, guys. It's me fighting with things again. There we go. So yeah, I do feel like it's leaning forward too much. So I will be looking for a different one. But like I said, I got my money back for it and told to keep it, so I really don't know what I'm going to do with that. I got this for my mom for one of her Christmas presents, so I'm not going to show you that, but basically what it is is it cleans your shoes and stops them from being damaged. So my mom has a tendency to throw her shoes straight into the washer or dryers. This is going to protect her shoes. I then bought these. These were supposed to be bigger. Again, I got my money back for them. So basically they're just little boxes. So I think what I'm going to do is I have a few gifts that are tiny, so they will fit in here. But other gifts I think, you know, are gonna not fit in these, so I might just use these for like decorational pieces or whatnot. But yeah, I got my money back, so I can't complain. I then got this. This is for my glue. I'm hoping my glue is going to fit in this. It's just a glue holder. And then I got some poly mailers because I have some things to ship to the States and I wanted to get some mailers. And it's hard to find like cute mailers in a good price value and the right size. So I saw these. I thought we'll give them a go. If they're not the right size, I can send them back. It's totally fine. So these are definitely going to fit what I have in mind. And yeah. So I'm going to be shipping some things out. I then got this. Again, I got my money back for it, but I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. But it's basically a stand to hold your cups. So I have a lot of cups in my craft room now because, again, I'm drinking tea more often. So, like I said, that just goes in there like so. There we go. And you just basically, I don't have a cup on my desk, but basically you just put your cups on and it supposedly, you know, works. I have one that is actually in my mom's kitchen, and it's the ones with the hooks that you put on the back of the cupboard and it hangs from the shelf. So I might actually exchange it for this one because my mom's more of a display person. But yeah, I got my money back for it, so I'm not complaining too much. I think that is it. Yep, that is it. So that's everything that I got for Christmas, what I bought with my money. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I'll try and link as many of the items as I can. And I'll also put on screen the prices if I didn't mention them in. I think I mentioned the prices of most things. Obviously the TEMU ones change all the time, so they're never going to be exactly the same. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you like and subscribe and check out my Instagram. And yeah, until the next one. Bye guys.